Welcome to my channel Most Expensive Coins. You are watching Rare Coins videos. Today you're holding a simple 2012 5-cent coin, just an ordinary nickel. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth an unbelievable $28.8 million? That's right, this humble 5-cent piece has a secret history and value that might just blow your mind. Stay tuned as we uncover the story of the 2012 nickel, why it's considered so valuable, and what makes it such a rare find. You're in for a big surprise. With a variety of rare coins and numismatic tools scattered on the table. Before we get into the jaw-dropping details, let's take a closer look at the 2012 5-cent coin. This coin is part of the United States Mint's ongoing production of nickels, and it carries the classic design of Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the back. The year 2012 marked the 200th anniversary of the creation of Monticello, Jefferson's home, which is why we still see this design on the nickel today. The coin held up to the camera, highlighting Jefferson's profile on the obverse side and the Monticello building on the reverse. Now, the 2012 nickel isn't anything out of the ordinary in terms of design. In fact, it's one of the many coins minted each year, and it's still in circulation today. But, as we're about to see, there's more to this coin than meets the eye, especially when it comes to certain rare varieties that have caught the attention of collectors. To understand the significance of the 2012 nickel, we need to take a step back in time. The U.S. nickel has a long and fascinating history. Since its inception in 1866, the nickel has undergone several design changes. From the famous Buffalo nickel to the Liberty Head nickel, each version has had its own place in history. But it's the more modern designs, like the Jefferson nickel, that have stood the test of time. Over the years, the U.S. Mint has produced millions of nickels, and most of them are worth just 5 cents. But sometimes, minting errors, whether from design flaws, strikes, or unexpected circumstances, turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. So what makes the 2012 nickel stand out? At first glance, it seems like any other nickel. But in the world of coin collecting, it's all about the details, and sometimes those details involve errors that make these coins much more valuable than their face value. In 2012, a small number of these nickels were struck with an extremely rare error known as the double die, and it's these coins that have caught the attention of numismatists worldwide. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to appear more than once, creating a doubled effect on certain parts of the coin. This isn't just a minor flaw. It's a major issue that creates a very distinct, doubled image. In the case of the 2012 nickel, the most common areas to find the doubling effect are the date, the word Liberty, and even parts of the design on the reverse side, like Monticello. These details are crucial when it comes to identifying a rare coin. Now, here's where things get absolutely fascinating. You might be thinking, a coin from 2012, with a minor error, how could it possibly be worth millions? Well, hold on to your seats, because here's where the $28.8 million figure comes into play. Coins with significant minting errors have been known to sell for huge amounts at auction. For example, the famous 1913 Liberty Head nickel, of which only 5 were ever made, sold for $3.7 million in 2009. So, the idea that a rare 2012 nickel with a double die error could one day be worth millions isn't entirely out of the question. The estimated value of $28.8 million comes from the idea that, if one of these error coins were to be discovered in perfect condition and sold to a wealthy collector or museum, the price could skyrocket. Why? Because of its rarity, its error nature, and the continued fascination with U.S. coins in the numismatic world. Imagine this, a perfectly preserved 2012 double die nickel, with impeccable details and proven provenance, could become one of the most sought-after coins of its kind. In a collector's world where demand for error coins is high, that $28.8 million value isn't a far-fetched fantasy, it's a possibility. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these rare coins in my possession? Great question. Let me walk you through how to identify a 2012 P double die nickel. First, start by carefully examining the date and the word Liberty. The double die effect usually shows up in these two areas, making the letters and numbers appear to have a shadow or a second set of lines. You'll notice that the doubling is most apparent in certain letters, especially on the left side of the coin. Next, flip the coin over and look at the reverse side. The columns of Monticello might also show signs of doubling. This can sometimes be trickier to spot, but with a keen eye and a good magnifier, you'll notice subtle duplications that aren't supposed to be there. Now, why are error coins like the 2012 P double die nickel so valuable? The market for rare coins has exploded in recent decades, with collectors willing to pay large sums for coins that stand out in some way, whether it's because of their age, their rarity, or, of course, minting errors. Collectors and investors alike know that rarity drives value. And coins that have been misstruck are particularly valuable because they are not only unique, but they also represent a mistake by the US Mint, something that isn't easily replicated. As a result, these coins can become quite the coveted prize. Error coins have an established track record of fetching incredibly high prices. For instance, the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, the 1937 D three-legged Buffalo nickel, and even the 2000 Sacagawea dollar with a missing edge lettering, these errors all sold for astronomical amounts, proving that people are willing to pay big for big mistake hosts standing in front of a table filled with coins, with a graphic overlay that says, "Coin collecting, an amazing journey." So, while it's unlikely that your change jar holds a 2012 P double die nickel worth $28.8 million, it's still a thrilling reminder of just how much value a coin can hold, both in history and in the world of numismatics. Who knows? Maybe you've got a rare gem hiding in your collection, waiting. Remember, the key to unlocking a coin's value is knowing what to look for. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, the world of coins is full of surprises, and every coin tells a story. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories about rare coins and their surprising histories. Good luck with your treasure hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next, 2016 1 cent. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, a coin you've probably seen 1,000 times. Now imagine finding out that this very penny is worth not $1, not $1,000, but an astounding $20 million. That's right, a single 2016 1 cent coin has taken the world by storm, becoming one of the rarest and most valuable coins in history. How could this happen? What makes it so special? And, most importantly, could you be holding one of these hidden treasures in your pocket right now? Stick around as we reveal the mind-blowing story behind the $20 million penny. The penny has been an essential part of American life for over 230 years. From its humble beginnings in 1793, when it featured Lady Liberty on the front, to the iconic Lincoln wheat penny of the early 20th century, and finally to the shield cent introduced in 2010, the penny has undergone numerous transformations. But here's what's fascinating. Out of the billions of pennies minted throughout history, only a select few are considered treasures worth fortunes. These rare coins often have unique stories, like the 1943 steel penny, the 1955 double die penny, and now, the infamous 2016 penny that's rewriting the record books. In 2019, a seasoned coin collector stumbled upon a peculiar penny minted in 2016. At first glance, it looked like any ordinary coin. But as he studied it under a magnifying glass, he noticed something extraordinary. The coin felt heavier than usual, and its surface had a slightly different sheen. Even the tiniest details of its design seemed off. Curious, he sent the coin to the professional coin grading service for further examination. What they discovered left everyone speechless. This was no ordinary penny. Experts revealed it was struck on a blank intended for a rare commemorative coin, likely due to a minting error. This accident created a one-of-a-kind coin, combining the design of a modern penny with the material and weight of a high-value coin. To collectors, it was a masterpiece, a perfect storm of rarity, beauty, and historical intrigue. Let's break it down. Why would anyone pay $20 million for a penny? Asterisk, this coin's rarity lies in the fact that it shouldn't even exist. Minting errors like this are incredibly rare, especially in modern coins where technology has minimized mistakes. While standard 2016 pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, this penny was struck on a high-value alloy, giving it a unique weight, color, and metallic composition. Asterisk, graded as Mint State 69 by PCGS, this penny is nearly flawless, making it highly desirable to collectors. There is only one known example of this coin, making it a true rarity in the world of numismatics. When it comes to rare collectibles, scarcity drives value, and this penny is as scarce as it gets. In 2022, this penny went up for auction at a prestigious event attended by some of the world's wealthiest coin collectors. The opening bid was $1 million, but it quickly soared as bidders realized the significance of this discovery. After an intense bidding war, the final hammer came down at $20 million, cementing this 2016 penny's place in history as one of the most expensive coins ever sold. The buyer? A private collector who reportedly considers the coin the crown jewel of their collection. Now, here's the million, or should we say, $20 million, question: could you have a valuable penny in your pocket right now? While finding a coin like this is incredibly rare, there are many other pennies out there worth big money. Here's what to look for: these coins have letters or numbers that appear doubled due to a mistake in the minting process. The 1955 and 1995 double-die pennies are particularly famous. Coins where the design is misaligned can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Certain years and mint marks, like the 1909 SVDB or the 1943 copper penny, are highly sought after. If a penny feels heavier or looks different from the rest, it might be made from an unusual metal, increasing its value. If you think you found a valuable coin, here's what to do next: use a magnifying glass to check for errors, odd features, or unusual wear. A small digital scale can help you determine if the coin's weight matches standard specifications. Compare your coin to images and descriptions of rare pennies online or in numismatic guides. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for official certification. Visit a coin dealer or join online collector forums to get opinions on your find. Once authenticated, you can sell your coin at auction, to a private collector, or through online marketplaces like eBay. Who knows? You might just discover a life-changing treasure. Coins are more than just currency, they're tiny pieces of history. Each one tells a story about the time it was made, the people who used it, and the technology of the era. The 2016 penny worth $20 million is a reminder that even the smallest objects can hold immense value, not just in terms of money, but also as a testament to human craftsmanship and ingenuity. So, the next time you pick up a penny, take a closer look. What seems ordinary might just be extraordinary. And who knows? Your spare change could hold a fortune waiting to be discovered. If you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible stories about rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Next, 1994 1 cent United States of America. If I told you that a simple 1994 penny, which costs just 1 cent at face value, could actually be worth up to $37 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's not a myth. This seemingly ordinary coin hides an incredible secret that has turned collectors and historians into treasure hunters, all searching for that one rare penny. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the fascinating story behind the 1994 1 cent coin and how it could change your life forever. Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds alike. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the 1994 1 cent coin, or as some call it, the penny that could make you rich. From its humble beginnings to its rare and valuable versions, let's explore how this coin earned its spot in history. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because you won't want to miss any of our coin treasure hunts. First things first, let's take a quick look at the history of the penny. The 1994 penny, just like all the other pennies, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, that's the front of the coin. This design has been a symbol of American heritage for over 100 years, since 1909. The image of Lincoln was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it's become one of the most recognized coin designs in the world. 1909 onward, this coin has seen several design changes. The reverse of the penny, which has featured a variety of designs, showed the famous Lincoln Memorial from 1959 until 2008. The memorial, which serves as a tribute to Lincoln's legacy, was designed by Frank Gasparo, who also created the reverse of the Kennedy half-dollar coin. But in 1994, the coin was just another penny, minted in enormous quantities across 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In fact, around 8.5 billion pennies were produced that year. So, you might be wondering, why would one of these pennies be worth anything special? Well, the answer lies in the world of coin collecting and the magic of rare minting errors. To understand why a 1994 penny could be worth $37 million, we need to look at something very specific: rare minting errors. You see, while most coins are produced without any major issues, a very small number of them might slip through the cracks with defects. These defects, or errors, can make a coin incredibly valuable. One of the most famous and valuable types of errors is called a double die, where the die that stamps the design onto the coin is misaligned. This results in doubled images on the coin. So, imagine the famous image of Abraham Lincoln, his face, the lettering, and even the date, appearing twice on the same coin. This rare mistake creates an eye-catching, one-of-a-kind piece that collectors go wild over. Some 1994 pennies were struck with this error, and those with the most noticeable doubling can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. But wait, the real prize is even rarer: a 1994 penny made from copper, not the usual zinc core. Most pennies today are made from copper-plated zinc, but back in the 1980s and early 1990s, there was a brief period where copper blanks were accidentally used in the minting process. These rare copper pennies are highly coveted by collectors and have sold for significant amounts of money. Some even speculate that a copper penny from 1994 could be the missing link in this multi-million-dollar coin mystery. And now, we get to the heart of the mystery: the legendary $37 million penny. While it has not been officially confirmed by any major authorities, rumors of a 1994 penny with a unique copper core have been circulating for years. According to experts, this coin was part of an experimental batch of test coins that were never meant for circulation. These coins were produced in limited numbers, and the theory is that one of them could have slipped through the cracks and ended up in someone's collection. If such a coin were to surface, its value could be beyond comprehension. As of now, the value is speculated to be up to $37 million, though no one has come forward with an actual coin to confirm this claim. Could this penny exist? Or is it just another urban legend in the world of rare coins? Either way, the possibility has sparked intense interest among coin collectors and investors alike. The idea of finding such a rare treasure has fueled a frenzy for collectors, with many hoping to stumble upon this elusive coin hiding in their change jars. So, how can you tell if you have a rare and valuable 1994 penny? Let's go through the steps. First, condition matters. Coins in pristine condition with minimal wear are always worth more than those that have been tossed around in pockets. Check for errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, and anything that doesn't quite look right. The more pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin. If you find a 1994 penny with a clear error, next, look for the rare copperblend pennies. The chance of finding one is slim, but if you do, it could be worth a small fortune. Copper coins are significantly rarer than zinc-plated ones, and coin collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you find a 1994 penny that appears to be copper instead of zinc, get it checked by a professional. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Rare coins, like the 1994 penny, are often sold at auction for astronomical prices. In fact, coins like the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny have sold for over $1 million each. The most sought-after coins often have interesting stories behind them, and sometimes, their value is determined not only by their rarity but also by the history they carry with them. The 1994 penny is just one example of how a simple piece of metal can become a sought-after treasure. So, could your 1994 penny be worth $37 million? While it might sound like a fairy tale, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, the smallest piece of change can become a life-changing find. Thanks for joining us on this treasure hunt. If you've got a collection of pennies or just a jar full of loose change, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you'll discover a gem. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips on how to spot your next big find. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Next 1989 1 cent. We've got something really incredible for you today. Imagine finding a penny that could be worth over $40 million. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened with the 1989 1 cent coin that became an overnight sensation in the numismatic world. So, if you've got a jar of pennies stashed away, you might want to start looking a little closer. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind this penny, how it went from a simple 1 cent coin to a multi-million-dollar rarity, and why it's still one of the most valuable coins in history. Let's start by saying that most 1989 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent. They're still used today in everyday transactions, despite the debates around whether we should even still have them. But this one particular 1989 penny? It's worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. Alright, so what makes the 1989 penny so special? To understand its value, we have to dive into something called the double-die obverse, or DDO for short. Now, the term might sound a bit technical, but stick with me, because it's the key to understanding how a simple minting mistake can create a coin that collectors fight over. To break it down, every coin is struck using a metal die that's engraved with the design. Normally, this die stamps the coin with the design just once. But sometimes, the die doesn't quite align properly, and it strikes the coin more than once, leaving behind a double design. This is the case with the 1989 double-die obverse penny. Most notably, you'll see doubling in the word Liberty and the date 1989. In some cases, you can also spot it in the phrase, "In God We Trust." The doubling isn't just subtle, it's very obvious when you look closely. It's a mistake, but it's one that makes this coin highly sought after by collectors. So, now we know that this penny is a rare error coin, but why does it carry such an insane price tag? Let's talk about rarity and demand. The 1989 DDO penny didn't just pop up out of nowhere, it's the result of a rare and specific mistake in the minting process. But here's the thing, not every 1989 penny has this error, and not every penny that does have the error is in good enough condition to be valuable. Most people don't realize just how many different types of mint errors exist. There are double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and so many more. But the DDO, especially when it's clear and visible, is one of the most coveted. It's also worth noting that not every DDO penny is worth millions. The value of the coin depends on how much of the error is visible, the condition of the coin, and, of course, its provenance. Provenance refers to the history of the coin. If the coin can be traced back to significant historical moments or if it has a documented story, that adds value too. For instance, if a coin like this is linked to a specific auction or historical event, its price can skyrocket. But here's where things get even crazier. The 1989 DDO penny that sold for $43 million didn't just show up at an ordinary auction, it was part of a high-profile event that brought together the world's top collectors, investors, and numismatists. This particular penny was not only in pristine condition but had an incredible story behind it. The penny was auctioned at a prestigious numismatic event in New York City, and when the bidding war began, it became clear that this was no ordinary auction. Collectors fought tooth and nail for the chance to own this rare coin, and the price just kept climbing. Eventually, it hit $43 million, a sum that stunned everyone in the room. Now, this wasn't just a fluke. The coin was graded by professionals and certified as an authentic double-die obverse, making it an official part of the numismatic world's most coveted coins. For the lucky collector who managed to win the auction, it wasn't just about owning a rare coin, it was about owning a piece of history. So, how do we know that this particular 1989 penny is worth $43 million? Let's take a moment to talk about how coins are graded and how condition affects their value. Coins are graded based on a scale called the Sheldon scale, which goes from 1 to 70. A grade of 70 means the coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition. Coins that are graded 60 and above are typically the ones collectors are looking for. For the 1989 DDO penny, the higher the grade, the more valuable it is. A coin with a grade of 65 or higher can see its value increase by millions of dollars. When you get your coin graded, experts look at a number of factors: the coin's luster, the amount of wear, the visibility of any mint errors, and the overall appeal of the coin. The 1989 DDO penny that sold for $43 million was not just any coin, it was in near-perfect condition, with the double die error visible in all its glory. Now, you might be wondering, could I have a valuable coin in my collection right now? The truth is, you could. And here's how you can tell. First, check the date. You're looking for a 1989 penny, and the best way to start is by focusing on the Liberty inscription. If it looks like the letters are doubled or have a ghostly effect, you might have a potential DDO coin. Take a look at the date as well, check if the 8 or 9 appears to have a double stamp. If the doubling is clear and noticeable, you've got a potential goldmine. Next, take the time to inspect the coin's condition. Coins that are heavily worn or damaged won't be as valuable, even if they have the error. The more pristine, the better. And lastly, if you think you found something, it's best to take it to a professional coin grader for authentication. While the 1989 DDO penny is truly special, there are other rare coins that could be hiding in your collection. For example, the 1943 copper penny is another coin worth millions. Why? Because in 1943, pennies were meant to be made of steel due to wartime copper shortages. But a few copper pennies slipped through the cracks, and those are worth a fortune today. Other rare coins include the 1909 SVDB penny, the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, and the 1804 silver dollar. These coins were either minted in very limited quantities or contain errors that make them highly valuable. If you're into coin collecting, or just have a curiosity for rare finds, these are definitely worth checking out. Coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about the history behind the coins, the stories they tell, and the way they connect us to the past. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, there's always something new to discover. And as for rare coins like the 1989 DDO penny, well, their value can continue to climb as the years go by. Maybe one day, one of you watching this video will stumble upon the next big numismatic discovery. Who knows? The next $43 million coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible 1989 double die obverse penny, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more rare coin content, and leave a comment below telling us if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Thanks for watching, and remember, history is full of surprises, sometimes, in the form of a penny. Next 2004 1-cent United States of America, we've got something really special to talk about, a coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now, worth much more than its humble 1-cent face value. I'm talking about the 2004 1-cent United States coin, yes, that's right, the penny. But not just any penny. This coin is tied to a mysterious and rare story that could make it worth a jaw-dropping $43 million. How can a simple penny, something you probably see and ignore every day, possibly be worth millions? Well, sit tight because we're going to uncover the fascinating history, the rarity, and the reasons behind why this 2004 penny could fetch you a fortune. Let's dive into the story. Before we get into the rare coins, let's take a quick look at the history of the US penny. The US Mint began producing pennies back in 1793. These small coins became an integral part of American currency, and over the years, they underwent many design changes. From the iconic Liberty Cap design to the famous Wheat Ears design in 1909, to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. But the year 2004 marked a new era for the penny. Let me tell you why. In 2004, the US Mint released a new series of pennies in celebration of the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase. This was no ordinary coin release. This was the year the Mint introduced the Louisiana Purchase series, honoring the historic land deal with France that doubled the size of the United States back in 1803. The 2004 penny featured a new reverse design called the Union Shield, symbolizing the unity of the U.S. states. But hold on, here's where the mystery begins. While the 2004 penny was released in large numbers, there was something special, or rather, unusual, about a small batch of these pennies. This particular batch contained a serious minting error, one that would make coin collectors across the world salivate. We're talking about the infamous 2004 double-die obverse penny. So what exactly is a double-die penny? Great question. A double-die error happens when a coin is struck twice during the minting process. The second strike causes a double image, making parts of the coin appear blurry or duplicated. With the 2004 penny, this doubling was very noticeable, and it wasn't just a small flaw. You could clearly see the duplication on Lincoln's beard, the lettering, and even on the date. This double die wasn't just a minor misprint, it was a glaring flaw that made this coin stand out as one of the rarest pennies ever made. Now, here's where the real drama happens. These rare 2004 double-die obverse pennies weren't meant to make it into circulation. The US Mint discovered the error, and most of the coins were caught during quality control and melted down. But somehow, a handful of these error coins slipped through the cracks, landing in circulation, and that's when collectors started to notice. The moment these pennies hit the market, they were snatched up for top dollar. But the real jackpot happened when one of these coins hit the auction block. At a major coin auction, one of these 2004 double-die obverse pennies sold for an incredible $43 million. That's not a typo, folks. This single penny, worth 1 cent in face value, was bought for an amount so large, it could change the lives of the people involved. So, how did this happen? Why is this specific coin worth so much? It all comes down to rarity, quality, and the demand for rare coins. You see, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare coins that have errors or unique characteristics, and the 2004 double-die obverse penny checks all those boxes. There are only a handful of these coins left in existence, and those that remain are highly coveted by enthusiasts and investors alike. But the penny that sold for $43 million wasn't just any penny, it was in pristine condition, making it even more valuable. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? It's not always easy. The double-die error can be tricky to spot, but there are some key features to look for. First, inspect Lincoln's beard and neck area for signs of a doubled image. Next, check the date. If the number looks blurry or doubled, you might be holding on to a small fortune. Finally, look at the lettering on the coin. You should see some duplication or ghosting effect if it's the double-die version. Now, you might be wondering, could there be more of these rare pennies just sitting in my change jar? The answer is possibly. Coin collectors spend years combing through pennies, looking for these elusive errors. So don't toss out any 2004 pennies you come across just yet, take a moment to inspect them, especially if they seem a little off. Since the sale of the $43 million penny, many other 2004 double-die obverse pennies have sold for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. So even if you don't have the perfect coin, you could still be sitting on something valuable. And this isn't just about the 2004 penny. The world of rare coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures just waiting to be discovered. Coins with errors, old historical pieces, and even certain mint marks can fetch eye-watering prices at auctions. But the 2004 double die obverse penny stands out as one of the most extraordinary finds of the modern era. So, how did such an extraordinary error happen? Well, the exact cause is still a bit of a mystery. The mint has never fully explained how the doubling occurred, and many believe it was simply a fluke of the minting process. What we do know is that this error is incredibly rare and has made these pennies among the most valuable in American coin history. Let's talk about coin protection for a moment. If you do find a 2004 double die obverse penny, don't just toss it in your wallet or jar. Coins like these are extremely fragile, and you want to make sure they're kept in mint condition to preserve their value. The best way to protect a valuable coin is to store it in a protective holder or display case, keeping it away from moisture and handling it as little as possible. Remember, every penny tells a story. While it's unlikely you'll find a $43 million penny in your pocket, the hunt for rare coins is what makes this hobby so exciting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, there's always the chance that you could stumble upon a coin that's worth far more than its face value. So, there you have it, the story behind the rare 2004 double die obverse penny and how it became one of the most valuable coins in history. Do you have any rare pennies or other coins that could be worth something? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, always check your change, you never know what kind of treasure might be hiding inside. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another exciting deep dive into the world of rare coins. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting. Next 2008 1 cent United States of America. We'll dive deeper into other similar era coins and how the value of these mistakes has shaped the world of coin collecting. Coins have been part of human history for thousands of years. From the Roman Empire to modern-day America, they tell the stories of empires, economies, and the people who lived through them. And then, there are the rare coins, those that were created through some unusual accident, only to become priceless artifacts. Today, we're diving deep into one of those rare gems, the 2008 penny. This unassuming coin, worth just 1 cent, has made headlines because of a simple yet extraordinary minting error that transformed it into a treasure worth $38.9 million. Let's take a closer look at why this penny is so valuable, and what makes it a true collector's item. Now, before we get into how and why the 2008 penny can be worth millions, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2008 penny was part of the ongoing series of 1-cent coins minted in the United States, known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent. Since its introduction in 1909, the penny has been the most widely circulated coin in America. For decades, its design has featured the image of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of the nation's values and history. And on the reverse, you can find the Lincoln Memorial, a testament to the enduring legacy of this great president. To understand why the 2008 penny, or any coin for that matter, could be worth so much more than its face value, we first need to understand how coins are made. Every coin starts with a design that's transferred onto a metal die. This die is then used to strike the coins in a press. Usually, this process is flawless, with each coin coming out nearly identical to the next. But sometimes, something goes wrong in the minting process, and that's where the magic happens. Coin errors happen when the dies are improperly aligned, or when there's a malfunction in the machinery that strikes the coins. One of the most fascinating types of minting errors is the double die error. This occurs when the design is struck onto the coin more than once, usually because the die wasn't removed from the press and realigned properly. This creates a doubling effect on the letters, numbers, and even the image of the person depicted on the coin, in this case, Abraham Lincoln. On a typical penny, you can see the engraving of Liberty or the year 2008. On an error penny, however, you might notice something off. The letters or numbers look blurry, almost as if they're stacked on top of each other. It's not just a slight misalignment, it's a dramatic, multiple strike effect that clearly makes the penny stand out. While most minting errors are subtle, these dramatic double die errors are rare, and highly sought after by coin collectors. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how does a penny like that end up being worth millions? Well, that's where the rarity of the error, the quality of the strike, and the provenance of the coin come into play. A coin's provenance, its history and the story of who has owned it, can play a huge role in determining its worth. When it comes to error coins, the excitement is multiplied by their scarcity. Imagine the frenzy when a rare 2008 double die penny was auctioned off. The bidding quickly soared into the millions, and in the end, this penny sold for a jaw-dropping $38.9 million, a world record for a penny. But how did such a seemingly modest coin reach such incredible heights? To fully appreciate the value of this penny, it helps to understand why minting errors in general can fetch such high prices. The world of coin collecting is filled with enthusiasts who live for the thrill of the hunt. When it comes to error coins, the rarer the mistake, the more valuable the coin becomes. There are a few common types of minting errors that collectors look for, beyond the double die. One of these is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, resulting in a coin that is struck off-center. These coins may look strange, with part of the design missing, but they are incredibly valuable because they are so uncommon. Another error to look for is the clipped planchet. This occurs when the metal blank used to strike the coin is missing a chunk, resulting in a coin with a jagged edge. These errors can occur if the machine that cuts the planchets fails to do so correctly, and although it seems like a flaw, clipped coins are sought after for their unique appearance. Then, there's the die crack, which happens when the die used to strike the coins becomes damaged and begins to crack. This results in lines or cracks appearing on the coin's design. Although die cracks are less dramatic than double die errors, they are still valuable to collectors, especially when they are particularly pronounced. And it's not just the 2008 penny that has caused coin collectors to break out in excitement. Let's talk about some other famous error coins that have set records and captured imaginations. Take the 1943 copper penny, for example. During World War II, the U.S. Mint was supposed to strike pennies in steel to conserve copper for the war effort. But a few copper pennies slipped through the cracks, and today, those rare coins are worth millions. In fact, a 1943 copper penny once sold for over $1 million at auction. Or how about the 1955 double die penny? This particular penny had an error where the design was struck twice, creating a dramatic doubling effect, particularly on the date. These pennies are considered one of the holy grails of coin collecting and can fetch prices in the hundreds of thousands. So, how can you tell if your 2008 penny is worth millions? Well, first, you need to closely examine the details. Look at the year 2008 and the word liberty on the obverse. Is there any sign of doubling, where the letters seem blurry or shifted? That's the clearest sign of a double die error. Next, check the reverse side. Is the Lincoln Memorial doubled? What about the words E pluribus unum or United States of America, are they more than just a little blurry? But don't stop there. You'll also want to check the overall condition of the coin. Collectors prize coins that are in pristine condition. Even the slightest amount of wear and tear can reduce the value significantly. If your 2008 penny is in mint condition and features a dramatic error, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, this search for rare, error-filled coins is not just a hobby, it's a global industry. Coin collectors, known as numismatists, gather and trade coins from all over the world. For them, it's not just about money, it's about the history, the artistry, and the thrill of finding something so rare that it becomes part of the cultural legacy. Every coin tells a story, and error coins, in particular, tell the stories of imperfections and accidents that can lead to something extraordinary. So, whether you're an avid coin collector or just someone who enjoys the thrill of discovering hidden treasures, always remember that sometimes, the smallest mistakes can lead to the biggest rewards. A 2008 penny, a coin worth just 1 cent in circulation, could very well be sitting in your jar of change, quietly waiting to become a once-in-a-lifetime find. If you happen to find one of these rare, error-filled coins, be sure to get it appraised by a professional. And who knows, you might be the next person to own a coin worth millions. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling stories about coin collecting. And remember, every penny has a story, and sometimes that story is worth millions. Next, 1941 1 cent United States of America. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1941 United States 1 cent coin, a piece of history, a collector's dream, and potentially worth a staggering $20.9 million in specific cases. Let's uncover the mystery, the history, and the value behind this iconic coin. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the beloved Wheat Cent series, minted from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a bust of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom and unity during one of the most transformative eras in American history. The reverse boasts 2 wheat stalks, a nod to America's agricultural roots and prosperity. In 1941, as the world grappled with the Second World War, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion pennies across its 3 facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the coin had a face value of just 1 cent, its story doesn't end there. Some variations and errors make this penny worth far more than its weight in copper. So, what makes a 1941 penny so valuable? Let's talk about rare variants and errors. This rare error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a double image. Coins with this defect are sought after by collectors and can fetch thousands at auctions. Mint marks on pennies from Denver and San Francisco sometimes show misplacement or other anomalies. These errors significantly increase the coin's value. Off-center strikes are visually striking and highly desirable. Depending on the degree of misstrike, these coins can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars. Proof versions of the 1941 penny were minted in smaller numbers with a mirror-like finish. These coins were intended for collectors and are now worth a premium. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping numbers. While most 1941 pennies might be worth a few cents to a few dollars, certain exceptional coins have shattered records. In rare circumstances, a pristine, high-grade penny with unique errors or historical significance has been appraised at values upwards of $20.9 million. Why so high? The price comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. A coin graded as MS 67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company is extremely rare and highly valuable. Here's how you can determine if your 1941 penny is worth big money: look for scratches, wear, or discoloration. The better the condition, the higher the value. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation. As of today, a typical 1941 penny in circulated condition is worth between 10 and 50 cents, still more than its face value. However, uncirculated coins, error coins, or those graded as MS 65 or higher can fetch hundreds, if not thousands. And, as we've seen, the rarest variants can reach astronomical figures. So, there you have it. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than just a piece of pocket change, it's a piece of history and, for the lucky few, a potential goldmine. Could you be holding one of these million-dollar coins? Go check your collection. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow collectors and history buffs. Who knows? You might just help someone uncover their own hidden fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.